Okay, welcome back to Deus Ex Human Revolution's Director's Cut. Now, this is probably gonna be a somewhat short episode. We'll just
calming down, at least here.
We need to speak to Richard.
Okay. I'll be
We need to meet with our boss. And there's actually a lot of offices that we haven't even visited. Well, Sarif HQ, this is obviously an office building. There's plenty of offices there. Plenty of offices to explore. Of course, we are the chief of security. We work here, so the security cameras will not be hostile to us. And let's meet Richard first. Hi, Richard. What do you want?
What do you want?
As much as I hate to admit it, I need your help. That signal you shut down in DRB territory. It's been active for almost a year.
You're telling me someone outside this company has had access to our network since before the first attack?
I've detected intrusions before and shut them down swiftly every time. But whoever designed this particular algorithm is good. Very good.
You've told Sarif?
See, here's the thing. The intrusions were possible because of a backdoor access into our security system that I never even knew existed.
The one Sanders' team used to get inside our plant.
I've worked here for 7 years, Jensen, and this is the first time I've seen that particular access route. David Sarif created it specifically to bypass the firewall. He's hiding something, and I think you should find out what it is.
Why me?
Because, as far as I can tell, Sarif created that access and was streaming a lot of data through it shortly after your ex-girlfriend suggested he hire you.
Well, let's have a look at my emails. Oh. If we have anything new. No, we don't. Okay. There's no new emails. I think at this point, because we already have the codes to a couple of offices. Denzel Mitchell, you know the code. Let's have a look at the network.
Access granted.
Because when you hack, you do get XP. Of course, just typing in the code, it's easier. Get secretary. Oh, there's we got a new access code from there to room 27. Okay. Mercury instant messaging autosave between Frenetic Pony and Lawboy. We can't let SWAT into that plant. There's too much at stake. I'm calling Jensen in. He's still on the medical leave. Markovic gave me a clear bill of health last week. And how much pressure was she under, huh? I resent that accusation. Resented it, all you like, but you hired me to protect your ass. You got away with the surgeries because of that neat little clause we had in his contract. But if something happens to him now, it won't. Trust me. It's your call, boss. We saved his life for God's sake. I don't think he'll be suing us anytime soon. Yeah, well, Lawboy, obviously. I mean, this guy is the company lawyer. Had frenetic pony. Well, he's calling him boss, so... and he's calling him D. Put those two together and it's obviously David Sarif. Hey Denny, when you got a second, can you stop by? David's asked me to track the global letter to TIM, Taiyong Medical. Declining their also generous offer. I want to make sure I get the wording correct. And some general message about office security. Okay. Tim Carell. Now this is the guy who gave us that little side quest to track down security tapes.
Access granted.
It's just somewhat tricky network, but it didn't contain any special degrees. Okay, credits, that's nice. More credits, that's even better. Unlock computer. Between Brian Tyndall and Tim Carella. Brian Tyndall wrote, package received, thanks C. Next time I thought, well, Carella, next time I thought I think we'll need a new drop zone. Not to make you nervous or anything, but I'm pretty sure the chick who flies the company chopper saw me coming out of the helipad storage area after I grabbed it. And Tim Carella replies, what do you mean she saw you? Christ, Brian. Her knowing is not an option. It could mean my job. You gotta find out if she's on to me. Hey man, I don't work there anymore. Pritchard fired me for messing with the IntelliCam footage, remember? So you'll have to get into her office and snoop around yourself. If I really wanna be sure, all I can do is give you her office access code, 5475, if she hasn't changed it. Okay, Tim wrote, I'm out B. I don't know if Malik suspects me, but I just can't take the risk. I'm not stealing any more files on their office for you. Don't say that, man. I promised the client no clues, and I gotta make good, which means you gotta make good. Or did you conveniently forget about that little piece of added security I grabbed before the quad fired me? You don't deliver the rest of the files, as we discussed, Mr. Sarif's gonna be watching some pretty incriminating digital images tonight. Tim writes, fine, you win. Since we can't use the helipad storage area anymore, I put the files in the basement, in a vent shaft, but I don't know how you expect to collect them. Good man, C. Good man. See, I'll find a way in, don't worry. And overtime policy. Just corporate emails. Even more money. Sleep for the world. Money and whiskey. Whiskey, which most definitely it is not, which naturally is not Jack Daniels. I'm pretty sure we had, yeah. Now I don't. Let's see. Check what were the offices that should we know some of the offices. First of all, speak to Will, office 23, so we should at least know that one. Yeah. Okay, so 23. Let's go to 23 first. That would be 23. This one. That's 2, but we'll do some. Well, there's no extra goodies in this one.
Access granted.
Okay. We got in. Money. The next 3 decades. Money. Payroll message. Represent thefts. Frank Pritchard, Nuclear Snake, wrote, "It has come to my attention that neuroposin has been disappearing from the lab, usually on the nights when you were working late. Care to explain this?" Will Rossellini he replies, "What exactly are you accusing me of, Frank? Yes, I have taken quantities of neuroposin out of the lab. It's part of my research, but I also have logged each and every drop used, and placed all unused supplies back in the freezer before leaving, and I was not the only one working late those nights. Talk to Bruco, he'll verify it." And Pritchard replies, "Don't get me wrong, I'm not accusing anyone, but as Sarif's security chief, oh, are you really? It's my responsibility to stay on top of this." From Ted Brooker to Will. Research results. Whatever Megan's team was on with that patient X strand is simply amazing. I ran the tests 3 times just to be sure, and none of the usual rejection markers are present. After 8 weeks without neuropathy, this is unheard of, Will. Listen, I gotta take off, but you got to see the results for yourself. Come to my office, room 32. If by chance the door is locked, 9642 will get you. And these are probably just company emails. I want to steal money. Okay. Well, let's see how far this rabbit hole goes. Let's see, was it 31? No. 32? 27? No. Well, I suppose it must be locked here, so... $32. Okay. Next level 2. 9642. How about we have this? Again, well, it's XP, okay.
Access granted.
Now, money, candy bar, this little password clips, so but let's try to hack this computer rather.
Access granted.
Okay. Late night coffee break. Ted Brooker wrote, Andrea, you gotta tell. What the hell was that the other night? First of all, I had no clue you were interested, and no idea you were still in the lab. But when I went to put the extra no-pause away and caught you reaching into the freezer, well, needless to say, it was a very pleasant surprise. Thank God Rosalini didn't walk in on us. And Andrea Van Vessel replies, I guess I'm just full of surprises and smiley face. Surprise! A little detective work from Pritchard to Andrea. Greetings, Shy Neferet. Nuclear Snake's got an assignment for you. It's come to my attention that someone has been stealing neuroxin around here for quite a while. You know that stuff costs a fortune, so I suspect someone is selling it on the black market. We need to get to the bottom of this and bring it to David before Jensen does. Feeling up for a little late-night detective work? I got an Intellicam that's rigged to record while it's inside the lab's freezer. But it'll look strange if I get caught there placing it. You, on the other hand, are always full of surprises, you upbrute. Well, guess this explains what Andrea when the Weasel was doing. Doing in the freezer. Yeah, this is the same email actually. Just first we read the reply. And or the bell tower way. I'll just go through here. Well, sure there's still offices that I haven't investigated.
Access granted.
A little bit of money. Okay. One of those. Unlock computer. Wrote Basilisk to Cal Lopez. Cal, I need to head over to the temp lab for a few days and take the lead on Basilisk. The damn implant shouldn't be causing macular degeneration this late in the game. Of course he can't explain it, and if O'Neill gets wind, he'll cancel the contract. Damn, I miss Shevchenko. Yeah, O'Neill is the general from the cutscene. Who, by the way, is voiced by the same guy who voices Sam Fisher's boss in Splinter Cell games. Opera tickets. Cal, your wife's an opera fan, right? My friend at Picus just sent over 2 tickets to Il Metamorfoso, and I ain't gonna use them. What? And company emails, just very generic. Okay, that's it. Nothing more than that. My office. Actually, yeah, we'll go to the second floor now, because we actually got the code to Malek's office. But let's also have a look at some of these other ones, just because. Well.
Access granted.
Nice. It's a lot of extra credits just reflecting the network. Oh, someone's here. What the F does Picos have against us? Ever since Taggart gave that damn speech in front of the UN, Cassand's taken every opportunity she has to slant this augmentation debate in his favor. We were the ones who were effing attacked. We lost people. He didn't. That has got to earn us some sympathy. Get on the phone and work this, Lyle. Do what I'm effing paying you to do. Watch out. Hey boss, Mr. Sarif just stuck out his head in. Looks like he's on the warpath. You might want to get back here ASAP. And are we still on for the movie Saturday night? Right. Okay. Just checking whatever labs are still unlocked. Nickel Pine, Level 2. Oh, another code to this one, okay. Let's have a look at the network itself, is it? Oh, it's not that bad. It's not that bad at all. This is easy peasy network.
Access granted.
Okay. Now, this one. Yeah.
Access granted.
Extra credits. Another one of those scholar books. Get you XP. More credits. Candy bar. Excessive vacation request. This is Secretary David Sarif, Richard Sarif. The messages don't seem to contain anything all that interesting. Just sneak into the vents. Have a little traveler bonus, which is nice. Money. More money. From Cindy Martinez to Di Gonzalez. I'm sorry. Don't be pissed at me, Di. All I meant when I said it was that maybe, just maybe, they made a mistake. It happens all the time on those crime scene shows, and we never actually saw the DNA results. Don't you want to believe Megan could still be alive? She was your friend too, after all. Diane Gonzalez wrote, Hey Gail, you hear they're thinking of cutting vacation days. What the hell? This is the kind of thing companies do when they're about to go belly up. And Gail responds, Yeah, Lyle just told me. We work our butts off, and they start taking away our benefits. Not cool. I'm starting to get a sinking feeling about this place. You're still up for happy hour downtown, if we can get away at a decent hour. And company policy. And whiskey. Well, perhaps not the most interesting episode. If we had level 5 hacking. Alright, we have like loads of these tools, by the way. You know what? Kinda doubt that in this run I'm probably not gonna push my hacking all the way to 5, so we might as well. Let's read Pritchard's emails. Let's see. Alright, I don't think these quick keys don't actually work when when you're inside here. Let's slap away. Unlocking doors. Okay, so we pretty much got all the passwords to computers. Yeah. The Sarif, Frenetic Pony, Amargolis, Gossip Girl, F. Malik, Bombardier, D. Mitchell, Lawboy, C. Martinez, Lollipop, Will Rossellini, Quintus, Me, Nuclear Snake. Yeah, so, as surprised as I am to admit this, Jensen's security measures actually did work that evening. That environmental warning we all heard go off, it was a backup failsafe that he insisted I insert into the alarm coding. I'm still working on finding out how the primary alerts got suppressed, but until I have an answer, I believe it's necessary to revamp some important passwords. I've taken the liberty of suggesting a few ideas. Here they are. P.S. I'm sure I don't have to remind you to delete this after you've read it, do I? Thanks for telling me, Frank. It's good to know. As for the password, be sure to let the affected parties know. From Celia Pate at Picus. To Frank Pritchard. Series pitch 3091. Mr. Pritchard, thank you for submitting your show concept and script treatment to Picus TV. We have duly reviewed your submission and regret to inform you that there is currently no interest in developing a program of such nature. In fact, Mr. Pritchard, as this is your 5th remarkably similar show proposal in 12 months, it behooves me to be honest with you. Your prospects with Picus TV. It is very difficult for us to imagine how a 13-episode dramatic series built around the nightly coding exploits of Nuclear Snake, hacker extraordinaire, would appeal to our target demographic. Our viewers are looking for action, mystery, and suspense. They want a hero who's not afraid to get physical, rather than the one who skulks in the shadows and ducks for cover beyond intelligence. To be honest, the main character seems to us somewhat underhanded and obsequious. A very popular character type is the policeman, or even better, the ex-cop, who still upholds the law. This is the type of protagonist people can warm up to and cheer for. You should give this idea serious consideration. Sincerely, Cecilia Pate, editor, Picus. So, looks like Mr. Pritchard has tried to pitch some ideas for TV shows and being rejected. Malik, level 4, but he did get the office code, which is good. Building wings, what better tomorrow, something like that. Money? Hey Flyger, I'm serious about hitting J3 next month. Think about it. Thanksgiving in the desert, hanging out after we nail the fortress. Natural selection, baby. You bring the glow sticks this time. You in? From Brass. And Malik wrote, Hey Pritchard, didn't you fire Brian Tyndall a few weeks ago? I could have sworn I saw him coming out of the helipad storage area the other night. As far as I could tell, nothing was missing, but I think you should change the room access code, just to be safe. Thank you, Malik. I'll be sure to have a look down there myself. In the meantime, I have changed the code. It's 8053 now. Might I suggest you delete this email as soon as you read it? And of course, in this world, no one deletes their emails. In fact, let's go to the helipad storage bay. Why not? Now, I admit this hasn't been the most exciting episode, mostly just dialogue, exploring, and soon we'll actually go and meet Sarif, so more dialogue. can promise that the next episode will have more action in it. Level 5. However, I do now know the code to this. Right, okay. One more capacity, so slap this to maybe. Yeah, regular pistol, sniper ammo. Darts. I'll leave the revolver rounds here without this. Because again, I'm not using my revolvers. And the ammo itself in this game is not that valuable, so it's not really worth it to like carry ammo just for the sake of, you know, profit. Okay, I think, yeah, let's go and meet them. Now we'll finally go and meet with the boss. Have a little chat with David. Nice coffee.
Excuse me.
Mr. Jensen, isn't it?
Sir, you have that charity dinner?
In a moment, Isaiah. I was hoping I might run into you, Mr. Jensen. Bill Taggart.
The founder of the Humanity Front. I know who you are.
Yes, I imagine you do. As David Sarif's top security man, I imagine you have quite the file on me. But I assure you, Mr. Jensen, I am devastated by recent events.
Really?
I do not support what you and your company are doing to mankind. I believe it's extremely dangerous. But abolishing human enhancement technologies will only be achieved through legal means.
I'll keep that in mind.
This is your first day back since the accident 6 months ago, isn't it?
Sir, we have to go.
What happened to me was no accident.
Ah, my mistake. But it must have been stressful facing down a second incident so soon. I imagine it brought back all kinds of unpleasant memories.
I appreciate your concern, Mr. Taggart, but it was nothing I couldn't handle.
I'm a psychologist, Mr. Jensen. I know when a man is hiding behind words. The flesh may heal, but the mind is not always so resilient. You might want to keep that in mind. Now, if you'll be so kind as to excuse me.
Not just yet. You got a lot of balls coming here, after your followers attacked our plant. What makes you think you'd be welcome?
They were not my followers, Mr. Jensen. The Humanity Front is a peaceful organization. Radicals have no place in it.
Right.
Do you know why I formed this organization? Because I saw a technology about to run rampant. You yourself seem to be living proof of it.
I'd be dead without these enhancements.
I understand that. I also understand that on an individual level, these issues can be complicated. But we must look beyond our personal interests if we are to see mankind survive the next century.
We'll survive, all right. With or without your condolences.
And let's talk to this gentleman over here. Hi, nice mustache.
You're Taggart's aide, aren't you? Dr. Isaiah Sandoval, isn't it?
No need to play ignorant, Mr. Jensen. I am quite sure you have a file on me that's as thick as the one you have on Mr. Taggart.
You're an outspoken activist in your own right, Dr. Sandoval.
When you have seen the things that I have, you find you have no choice but to stand up and be counted. Frankly, I am surprised an ex-cop like yourself isn't more disturbed by the dangers of this technology.
Augmentations help a lot of people, Doc. Handicapped, war vets.
Yes, but at what cost? My own friend had his life ruined by these so-called enhancements of yours. A man much like you who had no choice but to become augmented. Yet once he was... Too much power can make you do terrible things, Mr. Jensen. I suggest you think long and hard on that.
I'd like to hear more about your friend, Dr. Sandoval. What exactly did he do?
Nothing.
Was he injured in the Gulf?
He went on a rampage in a shopping mall, if you must know, hoping to be gunned down by the police, rather than face a lifetime battling augmentation addiction.
He was addicted to augments?
They don't talk about it in those corporate brochures of yours, do they? Neuropathy dependency, rejection psychosis, any number of physical and psychological ills have resulted from this technology, and yet we rarely hear a word about them.
I'm sure the literature is out there.
No thanks to the throng of corporate lawyers attempting to stop it.
Your friend, did he succeed? Did he suicide by cop?
No. Bill Taggart talked him down.
Hi, Freddie Mercury. Where have you been all these years?
Just doing my job here, sir. I'm sure you can appreciate that.
Right. Your job. That's right.
Athena, you've been at this company a long time.
I hope that's not a comment about my age, Adam.
No. But I know nothing gets by you. If Sarif had done something that could compromise us.
Mr. Sarif has only the best interests of this company in mind, Adam.
I'm not questioning that.
Aren't you? I've been here since the beginning. I've seen how he built this up from nothing. He cares for his people. He truly believes what we're doing is important, and he would never do anything to jeopardize it.
I shouldn't have brought it up.
No, you shouldn't have. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm busy.
Looks like we make the secretary a little bit mad here. Oh well. Hi boss, can I get a new Ferrari?
Boss, we need to talk.
Is something wrong?
I'm not sure. Did you set up a private access route to bypass the company firewall right before you hired me?
I what?
Pritchard said someone's been using it to access our system since before the first attack. The security measures he and I set in place never stopped them because we didn't even know the loophole existed.
Ah, I see. Frank's fixed that, though, right?
He has now, but he's wondering why you never mentioned it.
Frank's paranoid, Adam. You know that. Can a busy man forget things once in a while?
You streamed an awful lot of data through that portal, boss. Right before you brought me on board. Pritchard may be paranoid, but I gotta admit, I'm wondering what was in it too.
Yeah, as an ex-cop, I guess you would. But the important thing is you found the hole and plugged it. We're secure now. And the information you uncovered in that FEMA facility may actually help us track these guys. So let's just stay focused on what's important.
Well, seems to me he's trying to, like, shift the attention away. So, let's bring him back to the issue at hand.
I want to, believe me. I want to catch these guys as badly as you do. But that breach is responsible for every security crisis we've had, including today's. If you want me to stop these guys, I need to know what kind of data they've had access to.
You're right. I'm sorry if I seem evasive.
Guess that worked.
But there's something you're not getting here, Adam. Business is war, with no clear battleground and no rules to keep our enemies honest. In this company, I'm the commander-in-chief, and I have to be ready for anything, and I will do anything to ensure that I am. Now, I hired you because I needed a general I could trust, one who knows how to obey orders.
Yeah, let's stick to refocusing.
Boss, I think we're getting sidetracked here. If you want me to win this war for you, I need to know how badly we've been compromised. I need to know what was in that data stream, in case our enemies accessed it.
No, Adam. I am not getting sidetracked. I'm trying to give you a message, but apparently you can't take a hint.
Guess that didn't work.
You disappoint me, son. What happened 6 months ago was a tragedy, plain and simple. I realize you lost more than most of us that day. But I can't have you overreacting like this, questioning me about things that don't even matter. Megan believed in you. Can't you just leave it at that?
Well, of course we now use the Well, we could use the pheromones here. You know what, we already kind of lost one of... And I don't want to take the risk that I would have to do the whole dialogue again. So, we'll just use the pheromones to kind of, let's say, force our way to victory.
Boss, I really don't understand why you're giving me the runaround. When you hired me, I said I'd give you the best I could, but I can't protect us if you keep hamstringing my every move. If you won't level with me and tell me what it is you're hiding, then I'm out of here. I quit.
Adam, wait. You can't leave us. We need you. Now more than ever. All right. Look, the truth is, I set up a confidential data channel for a private investigator, someone who can run covert background checks on people, potential new recruits, like you.
You what?
I had to, Adam. You were a liability, remember? You'd just been fired from SWAT. Now, Megan believed in you, but I had to be sure. Look, I don't want this to come between us. I'll send the files to your computer. You can see for yourself what he dug up. But Adam, you'd better be sure.
Why? What do you mean?
I mean, sometimes the past should stay in the past. Once you see that data, you can't unring the bell. When you're ready, come back and talk to me. We need to discuss our next move.
Well, I think in the interest of not doing too avoiding some back and forth trips, so we'll just ask about the next move right now.
Here, this is for you. It's a corporate passport encoded with your biometrics. I've set up a false flag routing which should get you to Henshaw Island without any problems.
You're sending me to China? What about FEMA?
FEMA's got nothing to do with this, trust me. We'll have better luck in China.
How can you say that? I saw the bastard who killed Megan pulling his men out of that facility. I left one of those men dead in its underground storage bay.
I know that, Adam. Frank was monitoring the whole thing. So I also know that before he died, that man gave you an address in China. I want you to check it out.
That doesn't make any sense.
Look, Adam. There's a reason this company's under attack. You think it has to do with the typhoon or with some other top-secret military project that I haven't told you about?
The thought had crossed my mind.
Yeah, well, it doesn't. The work Megan's team was doing before they were killed, it was redefining what it means to be human. This company, Sarif Industries, was about to lead mankind to its next stage in human development. Self-controlled evolution. Can't you see how scary that can be to some people?
Sure. I also see how lucrative it can be for some others.
It's never been about money for me, Adam. But you're right. There are people out there who don't exactly feel the same.
Like who?
I'm hoping you'll be able to find that answer for us in China. So get going. Farida's prepping the chopper.
Right, okay, so Sarif sent emails to us. We can go and check those out, and we can see what Pritchard's up to, and then we'll finally catch a flight to China. Right, yeah, okay. Yeah, this will be a full stack. In fact, I'm gonna drop this one here, and I'm gonna leave this whiskey in here as well. In fact, because I have more than a full stack of these, I'm gonna also drop... Huh? Oh, I dropped everything? Okay, yeah. Let's see. Okay, here. And let's read the emails. Yeah. Paternity test. I had a friend that did GeneView Labs Run the test of the records like you asked. Does your subject know that neither of his parents are his birth parents? That surprised me. The mother was sterile according to those old medical records I dug up, but his dad carries no common phenotypes either. See for yourself. And probability of parentage 0. Brent, it wasn't easy, but I finally backtraced some of Margie and Arthur Jensen's past. Through their medical files, Arthur Jensen had enough connections through his old Desert Storm buddies turned security consultants to have certain records pulled, which is why the family is a ghost. But he couldn't hide Margie's records. For a period of 8 years, Arthur relied on the insurance policy of his then employer, White Helix Labs, to pay for his wife's medication. She was on antidepressants since 14 and needed regular prescriptions. When White Helix Labs burned down, all its files and employment records were lost. And the Jensen stayed invisible mostly. Here's the thing. 1 minute Adam doesn't exist, and the next the Jensens have themselves a bouncing, healthy 5-year-old. That's when they pull their vanishing act. So, on a hunch, I sniffed around some more, and sure enough, the Jensens had tried adopting kids from several Michigan agencies, but Margie was deemed unfit as a parent. Next thing you know, they have Adam. There's no real trace saying how he was placed in their hands. Hope that helps. Lucius. Mr. Sarif, I found Adam Jensen's psych evaluation following that SWAT incident with the augmented team. I managed to sneak and look at the folder, but I couldn't copy it, at least not yet. I'll be honest with you, the psych eval doesn't paint a pretty picture. It mentions the problems with authority figures, a disregard for chain of command, anger management issues, and potential PTSD. Here's the thing. When you hired me, you said you wanted me to read between the lines. So here it is. The evaluation reads like fiction. I'm thinking a pissed off superior wanted Jensen off the force and had the evaluation worded to read just cause. But most of the rank and file I spoke to respected and liked Jensen. They thought he was a real straight shooter, even though the SWAT incident soured his reputation a little. Still, even my sources liked him enough to want to keep his psych eval buried. Right, so the big reveal is that we...
Athena tells me you spoke to Sarif. Did he happen to tell you why he made us look like idiots?
I'm handling it.
You can imagine how relieved I am to hear that. I'll tell you what. While you follow any lead Sarif spoon-feeds you, I'm going to do what I should have done in the first place and backtrace that signal.
That's your pride talking. Still, get back to me if you find something.
You meant when?
Pretty sure I didn't.
Right, so it seems Adam Jensen is actually adopted. Right, okay, well, sure, just rewrite the save, just so I don't have to go through all the dialogue again.
Hey, Jensen, the boss said you were on your way. You're gonna love Hangsha.
You've been there?
Used to live there. I spent 3, maybe 4 years working in the upper city, and most of my nights having fun in the lower one. You ready to go?
Absolutely. Let's go. Warning, unfinished side quests will be cancelled if you leave. Are you sure you want to go now? Well, yeah, we already finished all the side quests, and right now in the Detroit area there weren't any more side quests to be done, so let's go.
I thought I was. How long is this gonna take, Malik?
You mean the flight or the fun afterward? Don't worry, we'll be there before you know it. Climb in.
City hubs. Good. Yeah. Hidden side quest in city hubs.
Jensen, you might want to get ready. The jewel of the Yangtze approaches.
Son of a bitch. I'm supposed to find answers in that.
Hey, twice the scum and half the space. Hang on, we're going in. The address you got off that Merc, Hengshaw Court Gardens? It's a bit of a walk from here in the Yuzhou district, but I figured it might be best not to drop you too close.
In case Barrett only gave up the address knowing I'd walk into another trap.
It's the kind of thing I'd do to an enemy. You want my advice? Just find out who lives there and get out.
Okay. Final save slot. 21. Okay, I think this is enough for now. And when we come back, we'll definitely have some fun in China. Until next time, this is Simex Machina. This is Deus Ex Human Revolution Director's Cut. See you next time. Goodbye.